So leaders in manufacturing really have an opportunity to leverage new data tools to do a couple things, right? One is build some real competitive advantage, right? How can we use better information about surfaces to be more competitive in the marketplace? Two is build organizational competency, which goes into competitive advantage. That means how can I get more people in my team, in my company, smarter about the things that we're building every day and less reliant on, say, outside things or outside people. And then thirdly, how can we build better product for less cost and less risk? Right? There's a real opportunity to use surface data on surface critical applications to do these three things. When we look at how this manifests practically, all right, in the real world, right, we see it in the case of failure. And sometimes this failure is really public, right? If you ordered a Ford Bronco a couple of years ago and you wanted a paint matched roof, you couldn't really get one because the paint wasn't sticking to the roof. And certainly when we think about developing some of these products, many times surfaces are a bit of an afterthought, right? We think about bulk material properties. We think about how can we pull cost out of the manufacturing of this thing through automation? How can we reduce the cost of the resin we're going to use in the composite? But we're not thinking about how are we actually going to work with that part once we've created it until we run into an issue at launch and things don't work as designed. And bonding failures have pretty high visibility, right? They hit the news. And so we want to avoid this, right? Anything that we can do to avoid this is a really good thing. So let's talk about kind of why substances, stick together in this case. All right. Bonds are being broken when a surface is created. All right. We're creating a very high energy state when we create a surface. We need to be thinking about surfaces right from the beginning when we're doing material qualification and process development. All right. But there are certain requirements that are basically non-negotiables if we want to get high rate, low defect manufacture. Okay, one is measurement, right? Two is automation. Three is data analysis. Four is process control. Semiconductor figured this out a long time ago, and they're not perfect, right? But they figured this out back in the late 60s, early 70s. These are the four things we have to do if we want to get higher rate, lower defect manufacture.